We haven't got the PRI for a couple years, and this was our chance to get out. It was kind of nice. This COVID thing and everything else has held us back for a while, and staying up here on the mountain. Yeah, sometimes the country boys just got to go to town. We got out there. We had a great time. Got to see a lot of cool stuff, and of course you get to meet everybody when you're there too. Nut muncher scooters.
Yeah, that's what they're called, nut muncher scooters.
Is that what we call me greenies? Nut munchers?
Nut muncher scooters, that's right. Oh look, it's got a skid plate on it though, so your battery doesn't scrape and catch on fire.
Yeah. That one had a wreck.
No riding on sidewalks.
Are we good? We can walk?
Yeah, see that one doesn't have the little ADOS hand that tells you you're not allowed.
I'm learning every day. The trade show at this thing's incredible. The equipment too. We wanted to see a bunch of equipment stuff for the engine machining, and he was on a search for pistons and rods for his new turbo engine. Got to really see what was out there that was actually going to work the best and kind of be the most cost effective. And I mean, we had a great time, and we cut up and raised hell most of the time we were there, but we also had work to do, and we tried to get out there and do it. And got to see some of these really cool old cars that I watched, as a youngster. And back when men were men and women could cook, they raced these things. This was, these were a little more relatable to me than some of the stuff they're racing today. And, I'm always taken by this. And I start looking at some of the other cars that people have built. It just amazes me what people have for craftsmanship. Sometimes I think I've got a pretty broad skill set. And I start looking at some of this other stuff, and I realize my skill set is nowhere near what I thought it was. It's just amazing. I look at a guy like Dennis Taylor. He runs circles around me. Every time we get together, we cut up, have a good time. Doggone Billy here, he's a character. He'll make you laugh with some of the stuff that comes out of him. But we enjoy our time, and we had a good trip, and really took advantage of it.
That's always. He doesn't even see it easy at all. Definitely though. Oh, there. Now we're good. Oh, but we've missed it all.
That's a shame because it's actually pretty good.
Last man standing, and hopefully it's another episode. Something like easy, not stressful.
No, it has mom next, but that's
Friday morning, we got back at it. I got to see the old man's Malibu. I really like his channel. You get to go watch that, the old man's garage. He's entertaining, real good man on video and editing. We're at the NX booth where his car was. We're looking at this crazy machine. I mean, this is wild. All-wheel drive, cantilever suspension. Had some crazy high runner LS in it.
Is he waiting for us?
6-speed sequential transmission. Pretty wild piece. The damn thing, it's a ride. You get on that with that all-wheel drive, I imagine torque steer must be something out of this world. I'm sure it doesn't weigh any more than a sprint car as the way it was built. It would be a fun piece. And I mean, the craftsmanship on it was the other thing. This dude knew what he was doing. And then we got off and went to some of these schools when we were there, and very interesting. These guys, their knowledge is incredible.
We were in full valve float. I think one of the valve bounces was about 50 to 60 degrees of duration.
And the old Lutz's machine, of course, another Tri-5. I can't help looking at those. I've been watching these channels see him build this thing. It's like a nice straight car. It's a pretty car.
Oh, look at that.
And I'm sure it's fast. I don't see any sign of cage in it. I don't know if they hid something in there. Kids always giving me grief for racing mine without a cage.
I've actually...
Hell, this one's faster than mine.
I've got the right reading.
I'm sure it's a lot faster.
That's the same one he's got.
You could even do your holes through the stainless.
Yeah. He's got the cowl hood, eh? I like the way they did that cowl hood. Glass, I'm assuming? Yep.
And then, of course, Alex Taylor's 55 Chevy. Her dad, Dennis, he is a hell of a talented builder. And self-taught to boot. I've seen him paint and everything. And one day I'm going to challenge him to a horseshoeing competition so I can beat him in something, I think. But I imagine that's one thing I can do he can't, but Lord knows. We spent some of our time looking at parts we need for projects coming up, and we headed out the door. I mean, still cutting up and acting like dummies, I guess, but we headed out of the city. We had enough. I mean, people started to crowd in there Friday night. It was incredible. And on Saturday, I had no idea how bad that was going to get. We had walked just about until we were crippled anyway, so it was time to get on the road.
Where the hose at, Sam?
Had to drive through the downtown area because of construction, so we got to see a little something, a little different
In
part of the city.
1.5 kilometers, turn right onto East 11th Street.
Cannonballed it home. This is what it's come to. Lifetime driving. This was the big hot rod we went down there with. It was Billy's Suburban diesel. It has that new small 6-cylinder Duramax in it. And we ran down there driving it. I mean, I guess we weren't really looking for economy the way we were driving. Probably average 70, 75 miles an hour, I would imagine. Which, on a big boxy rig like that, is probably not the best way to get mileage. But we averaged 28 miles to the gallon in the trip, driving it like that. I mean, the way the price of diesel fuel is right now, I suppose we probably about broke even if we'd have taken a gas. But the damn thing is impressive. I know people with hybrids and little crappy 4-cylinder SUVs and stuff like that don't get any better mileage than this. And it was big and comfortable, and we had room, and it rode down the road good. So I've got to give the thing credit. Really not a super fan of the new style Chevy truck, but I would, well, if anybody could get one, I'd have to consider getting one with the diesel. They're almost non-existent. We went to the dealer looking for a pickup for my wife and ended up buying her an old big Duramax instead because the little salesman there, he seemed to think that he didn't have to deal anymore, which I guess he doesn't, because since he can't get rigs and there's no deals on interest anymore, so I kind of abandoned that project. But it is a super nice, super cheap rig to run. And then it was Summit Racing on the way home. Spent all of Ty's money.
What a dirty old stick.
He's been on an LS binge here lately, so that was the end of that.
I'll be back tomorrow.
Now that you've been in an orgy of LS buying, are you completely out of the closet now in an LS guy?
Did you say big block or nothing?
Ty has left his entire college fund here many times.
Not every time, Dad.
Like the best Christmas store ever.
I mean, Scott is evidently leaving some of his money here too because he wants those Pistons. I mean, it's a group effort.
Awesome.
I'll go return the cart. That's about $1,300 worth of stuff, so that's
Great. Well, damn trip's almost over. Have to go home and put up with the customs.
so some kids hotboxing.
Yeah, little bastards. Let's hope we're not going in the same direction there. Car truck full of punk. So what'd you think of PRI, Bill?
We've been there, we've seen it. Quite a dog and pony show.
We've been listening to PRI, or been listening to John Force, Dale Jr. on the way home. That was entertaining. Trying to run off the road laughing.
I'm reviewing white peanut butter cups currently.
Huh?
Yeah.
You're doing what?
White peanut butter cups.
What the hell's a white peanut butter cup?
It's a white chocolate peanut butter cup. I figured I'd try them.
Strange child. Look at the moon up there. There. Hell of a night. Unfortunately, the vacation's over. Back to work.
Reality.
Yeah, it's gonna suck, but anyway.
It's already got 20 degrees colder.
It was fun while it lasted. At least we don't have to stay in the red roof tonight. That sucked.
Nasty.
Oh, yeah.
Subpar at best.
Yeah.
It was the fluid stains for me. But
Yeah, it was the used sheets for me. I just, I'm, you know, that was not good.
It was how mine were used for me.
That's the first one of those I've stayed in. Don't really think I'm staying in another one.
Yeah.
But anyway, what are you gonna do?
I guess we'll see what happens at the border here.
Yeah, well,
Live through COVID, must be we can get through the red roof.
yeah, I'm figuring.
Or vice versa.
Yeah, that's like your immunity kit. It's just, oh well, the week ain't over yet. We'll see what kind of infections drag in.